So we're going to make some homemade noodles. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 4 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of oil, and we're going to give these a mix. So this recipe comes from our family, and my mom calls for yellow food coloring, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to use turmeric. It'll just kind of brighten it up, make it look less, I don't know, just give it a little color. So I'm just going to, oh, that's work. Ugh. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of turmeric in. I also put some in my chicken broth just to give it a little bit of flavor, and turmeric's really good for you. So I'm going to get another fork. I got 2 cups of flour. I'm going to throw that in. I'm going to start mixing. Tablespoon of salt. I know it sounds like a lot of salt, but it takes every bit of it. It's a real pain if you forget your salt. Just mixing the mixture in. And I don't like getting my nails dirty. I don't like things getting under my nails. I think it's kind of gross because I'm usually in the dirt and probably had my fingers in places they shouldn't be in. So I'm going to start mixing this in. It's looking like the eggs were large eggs, so I'm going to add a little more flour. I've got some extra flour here. Still looking pretty gluey. You want it to kind of form a ball. I'm not sure if this recipe came from my grandma Spalding or my mom. A lot of people will take a recipe and then they make it their own, and you know, like my mom may have added the yellow food coloring and then said that that's her new recipe. Don't know. This is starting to shape up. See how it's starting to kind of get some formation on it. So I got my apron on. I have sprinkled some flour on here, and this still feels really soft. I'm just going to kind of fold it over and try to get some more flour mixed into it. You don't want to mix your noodles a lot. I'm sorry, kids, but the more you touch it, the stiffer it gets. And that works with noodles as well. So, trying to be gentle, but I've got to get more flour mixture in. Those eggs were really large. I probably should have used 3. I usually get medium eggs, but Walmart picked my groceries out today and had them delivered, and so they got extra large. As you fold it, you'll feel that it's starting to not feel wet. It's feeling a little more, yeah, it's feeling better. I'm going to really generously spread this flour out. This recipe I had engraved as a gift to everybody in my family. It's in my mom's handwriting. It's not in her best handwriting. She was probably in a hurry and just scrolled it out. She gave it to my brother's first wife. And when I came along and asked for the recipe, I did not get the recipe that she scrolled out. I'm not sure why. but I could never make my mom's noodles. But one day I was talking to my ex-sister-in-law, and she's like, oh, I've got Mary's noodle recipe, and she sent me a screenshot of it, and I've used it ever since, and it works like a charm every time. So I don't know, maybe I was being ornery, maybe I was trying to keep a legacy, or maybe I just wanted everybody to know how to make noodles. I'm not keeping secrets. So I have a guy take the image, and he burned it into wood, and I gave it to everybody in the family. And I don't know how my mom felt about that, but it wasn't a gift from her, it was a gift from their aunt. Because everybody should have the right recipe. Because when you get the wrong recipe and it never turns out, it's kind of depressing. And see, this isn't very hard. It's just simple ingredients. You do want to get this rolled out thin. My problem with the recipe I originally got from my mom is it turned out fluffy. And when I put the noodles, they would puff up really bad. And I like to, I don't know, it was just something strange, something strange. I'm filling these. I'm hoping they're not all stuck to the back of the parchment paper, but if they are, we'll be okay. It's just a noodle. All right. So the next part, I'm just filling to see if it's evenly rolled out. It feels pretty even. I hate getting my hands dirty. I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum, because that's just a real whole thing that I hate. So I'm just going to edge these off, straighten them up a little bit. See how it's sticking a little bit? We might have a mess on our hands. So this is just a pizza cutter, and I'm just going to start making some little strips. If you like, I try to make them as even as possible, but this thing is kind of wonky and the handle kind of falls off. It's a Pampered Chef pizza cutter that I've probably had for 25 years. Anyway, I'm just going to try to keep these even. I'm betting this middle part's going to be ooey gooey. I've also, in the background, I've got green beans cooking in my bacon and onion and water. If you want to see how to make my fresh green beans, you can find that recipe. I don't add salt and pepper until I get to the end of the green beans. And then I just start tasting, and it's really unfortunate if you get too much salt in the green bean mixture. But if you do, add a peeled potato, and it will absorb the salt. It's kind of a safe thing, but I just try to. That one's a little bit too wide, so I'm gonna go back in and get a little narrow strip. I just try to keep tasting gradually. I hate that I'm going kind of at an angle. I thought I'm going to go this way. We're getting a little crazy over here. That angle is going to get me messed up. Also, the chicken I used, I got them on sale. They were bone-in chicken thighs. I just used 2. And when you're cooking with a bone, it takes forever to get it to cook through. I actually pulled the chicken apart and pulled the bone out and shredded the chicken. My mom used a whole chicken, and I just find it kind of wasteful because I didn't know what to do with the chicken after that. So I just used chicken thighs and chicken broth, and it seems to work. So I'm just going to try to make these, you know, little pastas, little noodles. You don't want big wonky ones. You got to think about what you want to put in your mouth, and you don't want to have them all slurping all over. Yeah, that's not too bad. So this is the test. You have to kind of start kind of peeling them off. You want to add more flour. The flour adds like a thickener to the broth. Some of these are sticking, which I knew they would. It's okay. Oh, those did good. That middle section. You're just going to try to blend the flour in. The worst part about making noodles is cleaning up the mess, just same as a pie, in my opinion. It's Rastro, are they going to come off? Parchment paper is a good save because you can kind of maneuver it around. Yeah, these are doughy, so I'm going to add some more flour on them. And the next thing you do is you get your chicken broth. What I did was I added some water to my broth, and I didn't have enough chicken broth, so I added the, I think it's better than bouillon to it, and then I just put it in the water. Okay. So I'm going to get my chicken broth boiling. You want it to boil. Pretty much when you drop the eggs in, or the egg noodles in, they cook pretty quickly. My dad loved these noodles. I'm just going to get those rolling, getting the boiling. I'm going to use this other dough. My hands are wet. So I'm going to shove these noodles over here. Let them hang out. And I'm going to take the dough that was the edges. Kind of give it a few pats. I'm going to try to make it kind of square shape-ish because these are probably not going to be very pretty because they've been reworked. But my son loves these noodles, so they will be gone. My dad, these bring back so many memories of my dad needing to be the noodle tester. You know, he acted like he was the expert. He just wanted to eat. He loved to eat. And my mom loved to cook for him. They were a really cute couple, and I think maybe Frank and I may be a cute couple too. We do love each other. And my parents loved each other. I was very fortunate to have parents that cared about each other and they liked each other. Okay, I'm just going to trim the ends again, and I'm going to dispose of these. I'm not going to reuse these. They're going to be tough. So again, I'm just going to cut them down. Cut them into strips. Try to eyeball to where it will be somewhat the same. And you just kind of ball them up, get some flour over here. Okay, so I've got my chicken broth. You can see that it has the turmeric in it because of the chicken is a little bit yellow. It's not bad. It's just changes the colors. I've got my green beans over here. I've been trying to taste them. I've got some green beans cooling down. I'm going to taste and see what I need to do. Also, my mouth is watering for those green beans. Okay, so the noodles, we're just going to drop them in. And the reason I'm kind of putting them in gradually is so they don't get a big clump. See, that one already clumped together. This one feels fat. I'm going to roll it out. Don't be afraid to try something new. The worst case is that you learn from it. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can't learn unless you try. And you can't become really good at something unless you do it a lot, which means a lot of mistakes. And these noodles are rustic. Yes, they're homemade, they're rustic. I actually have a noodle or a cutter that I can put on my KitchenAid mixer. I used to make a lot of fondant cakes and I would use it to make little thin strips of fondant. But one time I didn't get my attachment put on very good, probably because my hands were really, oh, that's a fat one. Yeah, I don't like that one. Anyway, one time I was loading the noodles into it and it just went, and I like just had flour all over. It was on my face. It was everywhere. Frank had to come in and help me like turn it off. It was very dramatic. So I prefer to have rustic noodles than perfect noodles. And I'm just going to give these a stir. So after this, I'll just start adding salt. I'm going to taste them first to see how they taste. And then if the broth needs more salt and pepper, I will add more salt and pepper. That's to your liking and it's to your blood pressure and all that stuff.